This episode features an Audi A4 2006 for sale at an auction. First of all, let's start with the smart chart just so we make sure we don't forget to look for anything. When shopping for a car, you need to go through the exterior condition, the engine condition, interior condition, make a test drive if possible, and then check the mileage. Paint job. You're looking for inconsistency in the paint job. Panels that seems to be lighter or stronger in color than the rest of the car.
First of all, I don't know if you can see it. The bumper is in a different color than the rest of the car. This is clearer and this is darker silver. Now here you cannot see the difference. You really need the light from the sun.
Body condition. As always, this should be the most obvious part.
Again,
when you're walking around the car, look for any dings, broken parts, scratches, and rust.
And so rust as well over here. Here some paint has been used to cover rust. Here you can clearly see how they try to cover the rust, but it's not that beautiful, you know. Same thing over here.
Wheels and tires. First of all, look and see if all four tires are the same make and model. Then, take a simple penny and insert it in between the tire tread. It will give you a rough estimation on how deep they are. Finally, check the rims for scratches, pothole damage, and faded paint.
Alright, the tires on the back are very good compared with those on the front.
Headlamps and all lights. Check if the headlamps are becoming blurred and yellow. This is common with non-UV treated transparent plastic. With time and sunshine, they slowly degrade. This means either the car was sitting too long facing the sun, or the car has spent most of its life on the road. This is why sometimes yellow blurred headlamp can give you a rough estimation on the actual mileage.
It feels like it has been sanded a little bit.
Sunroof. At this stage of your investigation, you simply want to verify that all the windows are closed tight and properly.
Cracked windshield.
Before you start the engine, check the oil level. Definitely takes some time to start. It might just be an half full battery or something else much more expensive to fix. Start the engine up and listen. Ideally, a cold start is the best way for checking an engine. If it's too rough, you know it's usually packing a good weight of mileage.
The engine shakes too much.
Exhaust gas color. So meanwhile, check the colored gas coming out of the exhaust. Is there any oil as well? There is three main colors that could indicate engine failure: dark blue, black, white gray. The usual color should not be noticeable in summer and very light gray in winter. Oil leaks. While the engine is running, check for any oil leak under the engine bay. Then take out the dipstick, check the oil level and try smelling it. It will give you an idea on the oil condition. Good brand new oil should not be unpleasant to smell. Do the same thing with the transmission dipstick, especially if the car is more than 7 years old and equipped with an automatic transmission. I simply know that by experience. The bad news: rusted engine parts. Check for rusted engine parts usually when a car is not driven for a long amount of time, either because it has been into an accident waiting to be repaired, or because it's simply not being driven enough. Some parts, as well as engine parts, tend to accumulate surface rust, especially pulleys and disc brakes. Steering wheel seats and main condition. Look for any unusual wear and tear on the steering wheel, seats, switches. Any unusual condition could be caused by excessive use, which should indicate a relatively high mileage. All windows and sunroof. Check if all windows are working properly, open them up and close them down.
Well, none of the windows seems to work. Ah, no.
Now, for a moment, I thought the windows were not opening, but after all, they may have simply been too frozen. Sometimes, when the rubber all around the window is cold, it
So
tends to
the
become
driver
sticky,
seems to
which
be in
sticks the
control.
windows very hard.
Alright, alright.
Windshield wipers. Don't forget to check if windshield wipers show any malfunction. Finally, if you can, you must take it for a test drive. I would suggest to drive it in city roads until it heats up, then take it on the highway. Turn off the radio. I'm sure it will be on because usually they don't want you to listen to the car. So turn the radio off and just listen. Tell the salesman to be quiet, just so you can focus. Mileage. After going through that smart chart thoroughly, you really should begin to have an idea on the actual mileage of the car. So check it out at the very end of your investigation. If the shown number makes you uncomfortable, walk away or try and get the best deal as fairly as possible. While you're checking the mileage, check and see if any cluster lights are on. They would indicate needed
So
maintenance.
you have the check engine on and the EPC light. I don't know what it means.
This was an Audi A4 2006 for sale at an auction. Thank you for watching and shop carefully.